much do
I think he's about to.
you have 10 minutes to kick. For fuck's sake. It's reasonable, but it's also like
It's
good chunk
it's
of
reasonable
money.
to watch your child.
This was not the attendance for Game 5 of the WNBA Finals. Hell, if this were the WNBA, they would classify those thousands of empty seats as a sellout. This was not the attendance for the doofus NBA Cup in Las Vegas. This was the attendance yesterday morning at the college football playoffs in Miami, or as ESPN still prefers to call it, the Orange Bowl. This was the crowd for one of the biggest games of the year in college football. I understand dismal attendance for the Lawnmower Bowl. I understand a completely empty stadium for the Oscar Mayer Wiener Bowl, but the playoffs? A stadium was this empty for the playoffs? To make matters worse, this was in Miami, which is a premier destination, especially in January. Miami is a premier destination for anyone not named Uncle KC, who has absolutely no desire to ever visit Miami again. Empty stadiums for meaningless bowl games, understandable. But to have attendance this dismal for a playoff game? This is a clear sign that the current playoff structure in college football is broken. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the main channels in the description below. The NCAA and their pretend friends in the mainstream media, they will make excuses for the dismal attendance at the Orange Bowl yesterday, if they even mention it at all. It was too far to travel. Plus, Oregon and Texas Tech, their fans don't travel well. The good people of Oregon, they can't leave their post. They are currently fighting the good fight against the ICE Gestapo. You know, this is one of those rare times where the media excuse would actually be valid. Miami is too far to travel, especially during a holiday. People in Eugene, Oregon, people in Lubbock, Texas, they don't want to travel thousands of miles to watch a 3-hour game, which is one of the many reasons why the entire bowl system needs to be dismantled, and playoff games should be played at home until they reach the national championship. I don't understand why this is so hard to figure out. No one cares about the Orange Bowl. ESPN can call it the Orange Bowl. They can put some doofus sponsor in front of the name and call it the FedEx Orange Bowl. But the rest of us normal people, we call it the playoffs. No one talks about the Sugar Bowl anymore. No one cares about the Rose Bowl. Fans of Indiana, they should not have to travel to the dump known as the People's Republic of California to watch their team kick Alabama's ass. This game should have been played in Indiana. I cannot stand neutral site games. I don't even like neutral site games in March Madness. I know it's tradition. I know it's how things have always been done, but think about how much better March Madness would be if Duke, as the #1 seed, was hosting Wiener State, instead of playing Wiener in some half-empty arena in Chicago. During the first round, and even some of the second round games in March Madness, the crowds are completely dead. The arenas are empty. To me, the first round of the playoffs in college football, it was better than what we saw yesterday. Not only because most of the first round games were a bit more competitive, it felt more important because the crowds were electric. I understand neutral site games for the Super Bowl or the national championship. You want to make sure that neither team has an advantage. But for every other round of the playoffs, the games should be played at home. Otherwise, you're going to have half-empty stadiums every year. But KC, the Sugar Bowl was sold out. There was a huge crowd. Yeah. Yet New Orleans is within driving distance of Ole Miss and Georgia. Hell, people living in Oxford, Mississippi, people living anywhere in Mississippi, they are looking for any reason to leave. They're looking for any reason to get the hell out of there. If the Saints were in the playoffs and they were playing on the road in Atlanta, Dallas, if they are within driving distance, I'm going, no questions asked. But if they're playing in Seattle, that would make me think about it. Atlanta, Dallas, I'm going without having to think. But if I have to get on a plane, if I have to potentially deal with some doofus examining my rectum through an x-ray, I'm going to be undecided. And the more time I have to think about the inconvenience, the less likely it is that I go. Why would I want to go through all that inconvenience when I can just watch the game from the comfort of my own home? And that's the reason the attendance was so abysmal yesterday at the Orange Bowl. The NCAA gave people in Oregon and Texas too many reasons not to go. Like I said, simple solution to the problem. Playoff games should be played at home. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later on the main channel.